I've been in love for a while. Would you let me? You gon' make me fall in love for a while. Would you let me?
3, 2, 1. Hey y'all, welcome back to t&tempire. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, so your post notification bells on so you know when dropping another video. And y'all, today we're here with Tay. I'm gonna tell you a story time on what happened with my jaw. It was very sad, so let's get into the story. So y'all, on June 26th, I was like coming in the bus, but I kind of like hit my head. I don't know how the fuck I hit my head, but I just know I hit my head because I do not remember that much for that day. So I sat down on the bus. 10 to 5 minutes later, I started experiencing some like drooping, like right here, like it was like kind of like going like I don't know how to explain it, but it was like drooping like this in my eye. Like first it started drooping like this. So like my sister had noticed, and we was making a YouTube video on the bus, but that hasn't posted yet because so I started like drooping and I started like drooling, and I was like, what the? And then my speech had got like so like blurred, like I don't know how to say it. It was like a slur, like you couldn't really understand me. And like that day was like very horrible. Like so I got home, and then my granny was like, what happened? And then it was like I couldn't even speak. So my sister had called my mom, and we were all on the phone talking, and then finally they took me to the hospital. And then by the time I went to the hospital, like it got like very bad. It was like all the way down, and my mouth was like twisted like this. I'm gonna post a picture like right there if I can. But yeah, so it like shifted my jaw almost, and like the jaw like was like out of place. So when I went to the doctor, the first hospital, they didn't say nothing. Like they didn't know nothing. They didn't say nothing. I was like, they said it was like, I don't know. They said she didn't see nothing. So 3 days later, when my face was still stuck, my face was still to the side, and then, but that day, 3 days later, is when I woke up, my eye was closed, and it was like, whoop. And I was like, and my granny was like, you must be having a stroke or something. So when my granny took me to the second hospital, and when I got there, they hurried up and put me in the trauma B room. They had like the person coming in there praying, telling me something if we need anything. Just acting like I was gonna die or something. And I was like, and he was just following us around, just like, ma'am, it's okay, ma'am, it's okay. Just praying for the family and everything. So I was like, man, am I gonna die? Don't tell me I'm gonna die. But I wasn't gonna die, y'all. I wasn't gonna die. Y'all still see I'm still alive. And so when I was in there, they was like, oh, it's like a fracture, like a hairline fracture, but the hairline fracture is like right here a little bit. You can see where it's like puffed that back. It's like right here. The hairline fracture is right there. And so the next day, like 3 days later, it had got worse. So like the speech still, I couldn't talk still. Like the talking just went away. The eye was getting all puffy around here, and then the nose finally like had shut it right here. It was like this, and it was just shut. So they took me back. She took me to a different hospital because we still, they didn't say nothing about it being dislocated or none of that. So y'all, when we went to the third hospital, finally we got all the answers. They said that my jaw is dislocated, and I have a hairline fracture right here at this point, and I have like something else going on. It's like a joint. So after that, we just waited a few months and stuff like that, and it kind of like healed up because they had given me some type of medicine. But they said that they did not want to do no surgery because we went to plastic surgeon. 3 months later, we went to plastic surgeon, right? But before I went to plastic surgery, we called the school, and the school was like, oh, she can't come back to school. She can't come back to school until that's all cleared up. So they put me on homebound for 3 months because they was like, I can't come back to school and stuff. So, and it was just a hard time right there because this, they was just being, how homebound is. But I really like my teacher. She's really cool. So I've been like passing and stuff, but then we went back to the hospital. No, we didn't go back to the hospital. We went to a doctor's, an actual specialist. We went to plastic surgeon because that's what they referred me to, as this plastic surgeon. Plastic surgeon at Texas Children's Hospital. Plastic surgeon said they didn't want to do no surgery because I was too young and this and that. It was gonna mess up my jaw and stuff like that. But my jaw is still fractured, y'all. Still fractured. Because they said they didn't want to do no surgery, they didn't want to touch it, they didn't want to do none of that. And I was like, why I don't want to touch it? That don't make no sense. And so I was like, okay. Yeah, so after that, we didn't go to see no doctors, we didn't see nothing. None of that. My eyes was just so closed and everything. And I remember waking up one day and my eyes, both of my eyes was closed. And this one was like having pus coming out of it, because I guess something flew from this side, but I don't know what happened with there, because we didn't go to no doctor because we was tired at that point. So yesterday I went to my doctor's appointment, and y'all, they said that it's something like a GI, or not a GI, or something. It starts with a G, but it's like a joint problem now. It's like a nerve problem, because my jaw has been hurting so much, like so much pain, and they still don't want to pop it back in place, y'all. That don't make no sense. So guys, I was trying not to say it in the last video that I did before. I did a video before I did this video, and I was about to spill some tea in there, but I'm gonna put it in this video. So y'all, I would not be coming back to school for the rest of this year. I would be homebound for the rest of this year. You will not see me until next year. I'm sorry to all my friends that thought I was coming back to school this year, but I am not coming back to school because my jaw is still dislocated and it's not healing properly. The doctor said it's not healing properly, but they still don't want to do the surgery. And my grade does not want me to be in class, and my jaw just popped out of place because she's been popping in and out of place. So y'all, I am so sorry that y'all thought I was coming back to school, but I'm just, you know, I'm not coming back to school till next year. But hopefully I see all my people that's graduating this year. I see them out of school next year. But yeah, y'all, it's been a hard time. And then after all this, my breathing started to having trouble. You know, my breathing, it just was having trouble. Like I was having trouble breathing for no reason. So like there's like a nose, like my nose since it's been so like closed, I guess like the inner part right here, it's just making me like, it was making me do some type of noise. Like it was like a breathing problem. I had to go get a breathing treatment and everything. It was just traumatizing, y'all. All this for hitting my head, y'all. And I had like a lump right here, and all I can remember is I hit my head. That's all I remember. But then we have people like calling us constantly, oh, what happened, what happened, what happened, like, is she okay, this and that. Y'all don't really care. Y'all don't really care. Stop playing with me. Okay, y'all, I'm just playing. But yeah, that's the little story time of what happened to my jaw. Not too much, but it's more like more explaining of what happened to it, and like what the doctor said and everything, you know, basically what they were saying and stuff. Yeah, so well, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and we out. Peace.
No, I've been in love for a while. Would you let me? You gon' make me fall in love for a while. Would you let me?